It's easy to forget that Paris wasn't always the city of light. Before the early 19th century, it was like most cities, dark, dangerous and dirty. Today, it's hard to imagine strolling down a darkened street, patrolled by criminals and littered with waste. But back then, such scenes were commonplace. And in 1851, Baron Haussmann was tasked with transforming the city forever. His plan involved demolishing slums, redesigning boulevards, and building grand monuments. But the crowning jewel was his vision of lighting, an intricate network of gas lamps that would illuminate the city like never before. On February 5, 1853, the first gas street lamp was lit in Paris, kicking off a revolution. Over the next decade, 20,000 lamps transformed Paris. The cobblestone streets glittered. People flocked to see the spectacle. Within a year, 2 million Parisians lived in lit areas, and crime dropped dramatically. The transformation was undeniable. That night, Paris ceased being a city of shadows and stepped into the future. Today, we take lighting for granted. Our cities glow all night, and skyscrapers pierce the darkness. But remember, it wasn't too long ago that cities were plunged into darkness after sunset, and the story of how we brought them back is worth knowing. Let me tell you about the unlikely hero of electric lighting, Thomas Edison. Born in 1847, Edison had a curious mind. By age 12, he was running a newspaper route, saving money for his first telegraph. Soon, he was operating a railway, but he felt something was missing. In 1870, after tinkering with dozens of designs, Edison and his team created a practical incandescent bulb. They tested it on October, leaving it burning for 13 hours. It was crude, but it worked. Edison established the Edison Electric Light Company, installing systems across the US, but he faced a challenge. People saw electricity as a novelty, not a necessity. Homes and businesses needed wiring, and few wanted the hassle. Then came Pearl Street Station. In September 1882, Edison opened the first central power station, offering reliable lighting to customers. Businesses and homes signed up, and electricity spread from Pearl Street. By 1888, 35 companies had sprung up across the US, illuminating cities and powering progress. Edison had shown that electric lighting could be practical and profitable, but the war of currents was just beginning. Let's turn our attention to another innovator, Nikola Tesla, Serbian-born American inventor, an electrical engineer best known for his contributions to the design of the modern alternating current AC electric system. Tesla believed in AC, which transmitted electricity through a transformer, allowing greater distance and efficiency. But to sell this idea, he needed backing. Enter George Westinghouse, an American businessman who saw AC's potential. Together, they formed the Westinghouse Electric Corporation, producing AC systems for factories and homes. This marked a turning point. Soon, cities buzzed with activity as AC-powered factories pumped out goods. People's lives changed with every flick of a switch. Electric lighting replaced gas lamps. Factories hummed with energy. The Industrial Revolution sped up. We entered an era of innovation, all thanks to the war of currents. But our story doesn't end there. Allow me to introduce you to J.P. Morgan, a titan of finance in the late 19th century. At the time, electric companies sprang up everywhere, but lacked funds for large projects. Enter Morgan. In 1892, he consolidated several companies into the General Electric Company, providing capital for further innovation. This gave birth to electric giants like GE, which produced lights, motors, and appliances, shaping our world. So why does this matter? Because together, Edison, Tesla, Westinghouse, and Morgan ignited a revolution that continues today. Their ideas illuminated cities, spurred industrialization, and powered our modern world. They tackled challenges, innovated and shaped industries, proving that relentless progress is possible. In an age of constant change, their story reminds us that big dreams and hard work can light up the future. Tonight, let's look around you. Notice how our surroundings are bathed in light. Remember, it wasn't too long ago that cities went dark at dusk, and electric lighting seemed like magic. The innovators we've explored brought light into our lives, literally and figuratively. They showed us that through hard work, determination, and a belief in progress, even the darkest corners can be illuminated. So let's raise our heads to those who dared to dream big, who chased the unknown, and who changed our world forever. Let's give a big round of applause to the heroes of electric lighting. Now, here's a fun fact. Did you know that in 1882, when Edison opened his first power plant, Pole Street Station, subscription to electricity cost $150 per year? That's equivalent to almost $5,000 today. Imagine paying that much just to have your house wired for electricity. Now that would be expensive. Anyways, do you have any other suggestions for topics you'd like me to cover? Please leave them in the comments below. I'm excited to keep bringing you more engaging historical stories. By now you're probably wondering why cities like New York and Dubai boast iconic skyscrapers while Amsterdam stays relatively low rise. Well, there are two main answers. First, let's talk about Dubai. You see, skyscrapers are like trophies for cities, showing off their wealth and ambition. When oil was discovered in the deserts of Dubai, this tiny sheikdom had a big dream. They wanted to become a global hub for business and tourism. So they started building, and I mean really building. The Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, is a symbol of Dubai's success. It's also a great way to attract rich tourists and businesses from all over the world. Next, think about New York. It's like the big brother to many cities around the globe. During the 1800s, it became a hub for immigrants looking for new lives. All these people made the city grow rapidly, but they didn't have much money. So architects found a clever way to build affordable homes for lots of people. They built them tall, layer upon layer. The Empire State Building is a classic example of this. Lastly, let's look at Amsterdam. This city is famous for its canals and historic buildings. Many of these old houses and streets are protected, so building huge skyscrapers isn't allowed. Plus, Amsterdam wants to keep its charm. They prefer smaller buildings that fit nicely in the city's unique landscape. Instead of going super tall, Amsterdam focuses on fitting lots of people into smaller buildings spread throughout the city. It's a bit like playing Tetris, but with buildings. Now you understand why each city has its own style. Trophies show off success, while cozy buildings show off a city's character. Now, you might be wondering, why do we even care about these tall buildings? Well, they're more than just fancy structures. They're symbols of what a city stands for. Think of the Eiffel Tower. No one would call it the tallest building, but it shows off France's elegance and style. Similarly, skyscrapers tell us about a city's identity. In Dubai, the Burj Khalifa represents wealth and ambition. In New York, the Empire State Building shows off the American dream. And in Amsterdam, the lack of skyscrapers is a statement in itself. It's like a city's style, like a black t-shirt and jeans or a fancy evening gown. Each city has its own look, and that's what makes them special. Now, if you want to learn more about amazing places, check out this video about the coolest neighborhood in the world. And if you love hearing about urban secrets, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.